Alright, bro. I want to give you one of the best life lessons that will change your life. I wish I had a video like this. And I really want you to look at me. This video will change your life if you understand it, follow how I'm going to teach it to you. We as young men, we are truly capable of doing anything. We are. But I want you to think about something. Who in your life is your biggest enemy? I want you to think about this. Who right now is your biggest enemy? Who's this? I know how many boys this came to your mind, right? Some of the boys from your school, from your university, maybe from your work, who you see at the gym. I don't know. But I want you to ask yourself this question. Who's the person stopping you? Who's keeping you unproductive? Who's keeping you lazy? Who's riddling his own mind with insecurities? Who's not doing the work? It's not the boys that you don't like from your school or from your work. This is who your biggest enemy is. I want you to really think about that, because that's pretty scary. But what's really cool about this is you're a young man, right? Who is his own enemy. But do you know what else you are? Because alongside this, you're also this. The biggest asset that you have. My whole life, I struggled. I struggled so much, immensely, with my self-confidence, my image, my lifestyle, who I became, who I hung around. I mean, you boys know my story. I grew up in some of the roughest, worst, poorest conditions ever. My life was always set up to fail. Until I started to build this momentum of thinking, whoa, okay, I need to change my life, because if I don't, well, I'm not going to be around anymore. And I'm absolutely telling you the truth. Who I became, what I did, how my life was, I was set up to either completely lose or just not be here. I want you to think about this. And this is one of the coolest things. And if you understand this, I'm going to lay it out for you in the most basic way. This will change your life. I want you to look at this. I want you to look at this young man right here. Tell me who this young man is. Right? We got this guy here. He's chuck a smile on his face. He's happy. He's got some money. He's on an upwards trajectory. He's got some muscles. Life is just kind of going good. You know, he's living his life, right? He's got a nice girlfriend. You know, he's got a nice car. He's retired his mum. Who's this young man? We'll get back to him, because it's not me. We'll get back to him. Who's this young man here? I want you to look at this young man he's not sad. He's not upset. He's just kind of going day by day, day after day. That's it. Living his life. This is you. That's you. But you know who this young man is also? This is you. That's you. That's you. But I want you to ask yourself this question. I really want you to interpret what I'm saying. Write it down. This question will change your life. Are you willing to sacrifice this version of you? The version of you that's lazy, that's unproductive, that doesn't have any money, he's got no girlfriend, plodding along, he's unproductive, day in, day out, he's trying, but he just could never build that discipline to get him going. You're willing to sacrifice this young man here, you, for this version of you. Ask yourself this question, because I want to take a look at what's destroying, what's keeping this young man, this version of you, weak. We're living in a very, very easy world. And I want you to think about this, because as our lives have got extremely easier, we're not being shipped off to war. A lot of us have a roof over our heads. We have food in our belly. We've got clean water to drink. Right? Life's got easier. 100 years ago, you had to go to war. Life was just completely different. Based on the color of your skin, you could and can't do certain things. But life was hard. But it's hard in a different way for us right now. And I want you to think about this. What's destroying you? Okay, so we've obviously got you. You're destroying you. But let's break it down a bit. We've got porn. This is probably one of the number one things destroying young men. Us. What else is destroying us? Being lazy. Being unproductive. Right? What else is destroying us? Games. Drugs. Insecurities. And the million of other things that are just completely pathetic, right? Like fast food. Like just everything. Look at what's destroying you. And are you right now, the version of you that is the life that you're living this exact moment, that's just kind of going on day by day, unproductive, undisciplined, feeling weak in all areas, right? Not just your body, but your bank balance, your mindset, your discipline, your habits. This version of you is extremely weak, right? Are you willing to try your absolute hardest to destroy all these things? Is this version of you, right? Because what you're going to have to do, if you are willing to sacrifice this version of you and go to war with these things, are you willing to sacrifice, put yourself through hell, go out swinging, destroy it day after day, attack, to become this version of you that's just got everything upwards trajectory, business, given back to his family, bought a nice house, got a girlfriend, whatever, bro. Are you willing to sacrifice? He's gonna have to go. He's gonna have to go out with a swing, go to war with all of these things for this young man. Of course you will. Of course. A lot of our lives, including myself, bro, we struggle with something. Motivation. We always seem to go back to our old ways. These things. We go back to it. I want to give you some of the only source of motivation that will never leave you. Something that will kick into gear every single second that you're awake. Let me clean the whiteboard. First of all, before I give you the motivation, I want you to think about how pathetic, how sad, how much we're letting down our ancestors, our bloodline, to let those things that I had written here destroy us. Our grandparents, our ancestors would laugh at us. They wouldn't even know how to comprehend how easy our lives are. Our lives are tremendously easy. And these little things, video games, porn, fast food, drugs, alcohol, being lazy, that's what's keeping you just weak. That's what's keeping you from enjoying what this world has to offer. That's what's stopping you. Really let that sink in. Think about that. And then I want you to look at this is going to give you the motivation that never leaves, right? Kind of pretend that's fire, right? Because this is the motivation. This motivation is the realest. This is how I view my life right now. As a 25-year-old young man, you're probably similar age to me, might be a bit older, might be a bit younger. Doesn't matter. Your life currently, right, is all the motivation that you need. Look at your life. This is how I had to look at my life when I was using drugs, when I was hanging out with the wrong people, when I was living in the ghetto, when all my habits never aligned to being anything better than the stupid loser drug addict I was. Look at your current life, and I want you to remember this one thing. remember this. I don't even need to write this. Your life will always stay the same. Look at your life right now. It's always going to be exactly the way it is, with no money, with not feeling fulfilled, with not living in your purpose, not aligning your life to your mission. It's never going to be anything different. You're never going to attract females. You're always going to be worried. You're always going to feel stressed, anxious. You're always going to feel that. Remember that. Your life's always going to be how it is right now, unless you sacrifice everything, you give it your all, you go to war for this young man here. It's got everything, right? Upward trajectory, money, female, girl, everything. That's all the motivation that you need, is look at your life, and it's going to be the life that you're living now forever if you don't go to war with everything we had written here. I want you to understand something. Success, progress, is the only thing that truly gives us fulfillment. I've done it all, bro. Whilst I haven't traveled the world, and I can't teach you how to make $1 million, and I can't teach you to do so many other things, I can tell you that parties, that drugs, that alcohol, that being a degenerate, just, prioritizing everything else that you look for fulfillment in, gives you no fulfillment at all. It actually just keeps you staying completely weak. All these things. The only way to feel fulfilled is to make real progress, to align your life to your goal, to your mission, to leveling up. That's going to give you that masculine fulfillment of you're living true to yourself. Wouldn't you much rather know every single day that you're giving it your all, rather than go to bed knowing that you did nothing? Everything is you. You're stopping yourself. You're keeping yourself weak. But alongside that, you're also the one who can do anything that he wants to do out of his own life. And all the success that comes your way, or the money that you make, or the people that you help, you retiring your family, you traveling the world, that's on you as well. And for that, good job. It's all up to you. Are you willing to sacrifice this version of you for the dumb thing stopping you for this version of you? Love you, bro.